Under Sheriff.
Hey, good evening. I'm Under Sheriff Sean Coursey. Tonight at about 7:45 p.m., our officers responded to the 3700 block of Toledo Road, in reference to a report of an armed domestic dispute. The person that contacted the police said that an individual had punched his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach and then brandished a firearm. And I'm gonna let Chief Parker here give you the details in reference to the officer-involved shooting part of it.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good evening. So the same people involved, I'm going to back up a little bit, the same type incident happened approximately 2 days ago, and prior to officers' arrival, the suspect had fled the scene that night. So tonight, similar incident occurred. It was an armed domestic dispute. Like the undersheriff said, the complainant, who is the suspect's aunt in this case, had called in saying the suspect had punched her in the stomach. She is apparently pregnant and had brandished a firearm. And at the time of the call, he was still holding her against her will. So responding officers were familiar with what happened the other night. They knew about the vehicle that he had left in, so they had a description of the vehicle. They coordinated their arrival, and when they pulled in, they saw him sitting in the vehicle. They got out to make contact, and immediately upon getting out, the suspect exited the vehicle and started trying to walk away, had his hand in his pocket. The officers gave him multiple commands to stop, show him their hands, show us your hands. And instead of just doing what he was told, he decided, and he went and he pulled his pistol out to point it at the officers. At that point, the officers engaged him, shot him multiple times. He went down, dropped the gun. The officers went over and got him into custody. They began to render medical aid for him. JFRD came and transported him to the hospital. He was shot 2 times in the leg, once in the hip. Last report, he did not survive his injuries at the hospital, so he is deceased at this time. The state attorney is on scene conducting their investigation, and when you guys are ready, I'll give you the information on the officers and the suspect. So suspect's name is Alquan, A-L-Q-U-A-N. Middle name is V as in Victor. I don't know Victor's name, it's V. And last name is Suydam, S-U-Y-D-A-M. Date of birth 9/28 of 96. The officers involved, first officer is Jonathan Shirk. His ID number is 87536, and is Jonathan. He's been here approximately 6 months, so this is his first officer-involved incident. Second officer involved is Connor, C-O-N-N-O-R, Duhon, D-U-H-O-N. His ID number is 83239. He's been here 4 years, and this is his officer-involved shooting, first officer-involved shooting. And the third officer is Cody Melton, M-E-L-T-O-N. ID number 83412. He's been here 3 years, and this is his first officer-involved shooting as well. This is our 5th officer-involved shooting of the year as an agency. And with that, we can take any questions.
Any injuries to the aunt from the punch to the stomach?
The aunt was not punched. It was the girlfriend.
Oh, the girlfriend was punched.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Right.
Any injuries to the girlfriend then?
Not that I'm aware of at this time, no.
And you said this is the same couple from earlier this week?
So 2 days earlier, there was a similar incident that occurred, and the aunt called at that time, and by the time the officers arrived, he had already fled in the vehicles. That's why they knew what the vehicle was tonight when they arrived. Same with both parties.
Did she give any reason as to why he may have started punching her in the stomach?
That's all part of the investigation. We've heard he may have had some mental stuff she's been concerned about here recently. None of that's diagnosed or anything. It's just her interpretation. So that'll be part of the investigation.
Can we get an idea of just how pregnant she was? Or were you like late stage pregnancy, early on?
I don't have that information. I don't know.
And did the suspect say anything before he held the gun up to the officers, or
Nope.
was he like arguing at all?
Nope. He was just looking at him and just had that 1,000-yard stare, as they call it, and just didn't know what he was told and decided to pull a gun instead. So.
Thank you, Chief. Under Sheriff.
What's that?
Think he's under the influence of anything?
I don't know at this time.
Yeah, we don't know. Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thanks.